What is up, guys? Welcome to today's trade recap. Today I ended up taking one loss. Um, Honestly, not a horrible trade, but definitely an avoidable loss, and I'll go over why. So let me go here on TradingView so I can use the replay thingy. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, so going into the day, I was bullish. We were delivering from this 4-hour intermediate low, and at the time we were going to inverse this 4-hour fair value gap. We also had all of these gaps here, which I wanted to see longs out of, maybe something like this, to then continue going higher. What happened at open? We ended up going lower, trading lower. We tapped this daily gap, and then we also had this 50-minute fair value up here, which so when they're topping the gap, there was no fair value gaps here. There was only a 15 second, but I don't take 15 seconds. The minimum is a 30 second, and I try to avoid 30 seconds unless it's like super obvious. So I'm just not gonna take a 15-second inverse around here. Ended up trading higher, and then here we had an SMT at this high with ES. As you can see, ES swept this high and NQ didn't. NQ also traded into this 3-minute fair value gap, then we delivered lower. And then what happens? We get a resweep of this low, sweep, I mean, like fill the 50-minute fair value gap, and then there was a small 1-minute inverse. That's the inverse right there. It's pretty small, but it is there. Damn, it's really small. I'm not gonna lie. Whatever. So I took longs there. I was gonna go break even at the on-field 5-minute fair value gap, and I was gonna hold for like a 1-to-1. Or once ES or take out this high here, whichever came first. Um, oh well, no, like I was on a hold until ES took this high. If I was at a 1-to-1 and ES hadn't like taken out this high, I would have held. But if ES had taken out the high, I would have just held for a 1-to-1. Yeah. So structurally, this trade looks pretty nice. You know, we get a resweep, kind of like accumulation, so maybe manipulation you could call it, and then Bishop 1-minute inverse delivering from the hourly fair value gap, 50-minute fair value gap, and also a resweep of this low, right? And also CIST. So it looks pretty nice. And the only bad thing about it is the target. So I'm targeting a high with an SMT. I'm also targeting just a 1-minute swing high. It's a bare minimum MEG. There's no LR. We didn't generate any other liquidity. So yes, it looks good. Why? It's an on-field 5-minute fair value gap. Yes, but if you like zoom in and like actually look at why it's an on-field 5-minute fair value gap, or like if you actually like, try and see what's resting like liquidity on this high or whatever, we traded into this 3-minute fair value gap and we got displacement out of it. So now this 5-minute fair value gap is kind of a breakaway gap, and it's also just a 1-minute swing high and a high with an SMT. So it's just not really good targets. So this trade is more like B plus because its targets just aren't that good, and honestly like the fair value gap is super small. Like it's as small as it can get. So yeah. Avoidable loss, but it is what it is. Learn from it and move on. And then there really wasn't much. I wanted to take continuation shorts. Luckily, I didn't take this on my evils just because I was going to, but after I entered this candle like this, just made me not want to enter my evils. So yeah, ended up trading lower, and then I wanted to take continuation shorts. Out of these 5-minute fair value gaps, we never really got down, ended up just displacing higher. And then we tapped this 50 minute rally gap and we got an SMT now with this high. And then there was a inverse. There was like this 5 minute inverse, the closest there, but it's a really big stop. Um, so honestly, I feel like you could have taken discretionally some of the continuations here. I know there was a nice 30 second. Uh, this 30-second here was kind of nice, like out of the 1 minute rally gap. Kind of discretional, you could argue, but yeah. And then there really wasn't that much, I don't think. Uh, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, honestly, I'm happy with the way that I managed my emotions and how my psychology was today. I didn't really care that I lost. I really liked it at the time, but now like looking back, yeah, like yes, targets honestly weren't that good. So yeah, and also I had a wrong bias as well. Uh, and yeah, definitely something to learn from. Can't beat myself up. In a month, I'm not gonna remember this trade. So yeah, that is it for today, and peace out.